Within 3 years, Learning with Pibby went from one of the most exciting proof of concepts in animation to being basically confirmed dead with no chance for revival. While many people have expressed their disappointment at this fact, I want to take the time to do something more interesting and ask the question, what really led to the fall off of Learning with Pibby? But first, for the 3 people that clicked on this video that don't know what I'm talking about, I'm gonna enlighten you. Watch the whole industry imitate. Learning with Pibby is a proof of concept short created by Dodge Greenlee that was uploaded to the Adult Swim YouTube channel on October 30th, 2021. The short follows Pibby, the main character of a fictional children's educational show, crossing a multiverse filled with different Warner Brothers characters and settings to stop an unknown, glitchy darkness from consuming everything.
I discovered whole other worlds that are nothing like mine.
Oh, you're gonna love it here.
The 2-minute short quickly became popular, and today it stands at over 33 million views. It gained quite the cult following immediately, with fans intrigued by the idea of this cutesy, kid-friendly character being thrust into such a dark setting. And the amount of Warner Brothers characters that appeared in it definitely helped with that too. But that wasn't all that Adult Swim would do to promote Pibby though, as on April Fools of the following year, many Adult Swim shows and bumpers would be interrupted by Pibby and another character from the show, Bun Bun. As such, this event was lovingly named Pibby Fools.
Maybe we should let the darkness consume us. Bun Bun? What are you saying?
This only increased hype for the show, as well as growing criticisms coming from a section of the community, but we'll get to that in a moment. At this point, everybody wanted this to become a full show, but with no official announcement or green light from Adult Swim, the fanbase would have to wait, and wait, until 2023, when an alleged storyboard from the first episode leaked in full onto the internet. It seemed like an official green light announcement was coming soon. Since Pibby as a concept leaned into the more absurd and mysterious aspects of media, a leaked pilot would be a perfect way to make some kind of announcement. And then, on October 3rd, 2023, the show died. On that fateful day in October, almost exactly 2 years after the show dropped coincidentally, Dodge Greenlee would announce that Pibby had not been greenlit and would likely not be greenlit. Worse yet, on June 27th, 2024, he would say that Pibby as a series was officially dead. And oh shit, did the community not like that. Niggas were really upset that a show would never come of it, and the only way to experience the show was a 2-minute short and a Friday Night Funkin' mod. I mean, this is probably someone's shit. It was then explained that the reason we never see it was due to the Warner Bros. Discovery merger that happened in 2022. I actually made a video on that with a few of the homies when it happened, funny enough. I'm not saying you should go watch it, the audio was shit, but I thought that was kind of funny. Many took to YouTube to complain about how this was a major blow for animation and that such an original and unique idea was being thrown aside. Basically, y'all were glazing this shit harder than I glaze Clarence on this channel. It's strange to me because I've never seen an idea get so much traction before. It's not like it was even an announced show that had a pilot or whatever. It was a 2-minute idea that just took the internet by storm completely. But then again, I have to ask, was it really worth all the hype? No, it wasn't. Let's take a surgical look at what the short showed us, and how the community as a collective reacted to it. What I got from the short was that this show was going to be about an innocent children's property, and its characters being turned into something dark and grisly, to create a kind of shock value and the sense of, oh my god, I can't believe my favorite cartoon characters from my childhood look like this now. And while this is what attracted many of the fans of the show, at a certain point it also became the brunt of a lot of criticism. This idea, for starters, is nothing new. As a matter of fact, I would personally say it's been way overdone. Ever since Don't Hug Me I'm Scared started doing numbers, an alarming number of shows and movies have used this idea of turning kid-friendly stuff into horror and gore-filled media. And I'm gonna be honest, it got old fast for a lot of people, including myself. A lot of people started to look at the fandom the show had attracted, and suddenly niggas was hating on it. And I mean, I get it, the fans were kind of annoying, building up so much hype for what at the end of the day wasn't anything groundbreaking. But I feel that a lot of the criticism was only used or guided towards fans of the show who wouldn't shut up, and not in good faith towards the show itself. This happens a lot, where a piece of media becomes so popular that people hate on it because it's popular, the media itself becomes a meme for a while before going back to being loved again, and the cycle continues. So, as a professional cartoon nerd and hater, I'm going to explain to you why this show would have never worked. Now, I should say, before I say all of this, all respect to the staff that worked on Pibby. I have nothing but respect for your craft. However, I just feel that the show would have never truly worked for two reasons. The first reason being overambition. I can tell from the short that had it become a full show, it would have tried to pull off quite the grand and dramatic story. Simply seeing Pibby transform from this happy-go-lucky kid show character to a grizzled war hero shows that.
I know we're not heroes, but maybe we can learn.
While I would be intrigued to see what they do with a character like her, I run into the same problem that I mentioned before. It's not original. Well, from what the short showed us anyway, it doesn't seem too original. I don't think with a concept like this, there's really much space for anything new to say, for any sort of meaningful character growth. It all sounds like cute character becomes dark because reasons. Especially when you have these two characters here who also don't do shit in the trailer. They're shown to be partners of Pibby, but I don't really see how they'd fit into all this meaningfully. I know I'm really digging into what is essentially a 2-minute idea, but if people are willing to hype this show up to no end and come up with theories and fan art and all of that, I feel like I can criticize it a little bit. What I really think about what this show could have been, except a show that would lean in and rely on the existence of other properties and an already tired gimmick. The second problem is a bit more complicated and actually has to do with more of the business side of making a show like this: licensing. From the trailer alone, there were probably at least 100 different characters from multiple shows that aired on multiple different networks. And in order for those characters to be used in the show, a lot of licensing bullshit has to be done before they can legally use the likenesses of these characters. Not only would that be a nightmare from a logistics point of view, if the show were to fail or not do as well as adults expected, the loss of money and time from doing all that would be much greater than compared to any other show. There's a reason why Teen Titans Go can use so many Warner Bros. Properties in their episodes, and it's because it's an already established successful show that will make money regardless. Pibby was an idea, and I really don't think any network would be that keen on doing all of this for an idea. Simply put, I personally theorize that along with the merger of Warner Bros. Discovery being a big factor as to why the show was canned, there was simply too much to risk. This show would essentially be the cartoon version of Super Smash Bros., which funny enough, Warner Bros. Would end up doing with the game Multiverses, and we all know what happened to that game. And that was the fall off of Learning with Pibby, a proof of concept that despite a quick and successful rise, died a slow and painful death. Shame, really. It's a damn shame.